What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? It's GG33, a godly reality, and we got another one for you today. Today we got Fresh from the Fresh and Fit podcast. I think his podcast is called the 305 podcast, and we're gonna react to it.
Disclaimer, anything said or done in this video is for entertainment purposes only.
Quite frankly,
we got this guy on the left. Fresh is over here, and then Fresh's homie is all the way on the right. But this guy right here on the left, I believe he's one of those, not a numerologist, but he be like doing like the geometric patterns and gematria, stuff like that. Like basically like different numbers are like lucky, or they profitable, or like, you know, if you hit a certain numbers, certain days, like basically numbers and days lining up, and it's supposed to bring you wealth. And then you got this guy on the right. I barely started seeing him over the past like probably week maybe, and I've seen him on Fresh and Fit, their other podcast, and he's more of like he's like looks, like I don't know what to call it, but he like breaks down people's facial structures, and you know how, and basically on a scale of 1 to 10, how handsome a man is or how beautiful a woman is. And we'll call him Handsome Squidward versus the numbers guy. And basically the numbers guy is basically saying money, because I watched probably like 5 minutes of it, and I was like, I gotta react to this. But the numbers guy is basically on some shit like, you know, it's about your mind, it's about these numbers. That's how you're gonna win in life, basically, with this money and your mind. And Handsome Squidward is talking about, like, I guess looks is everything, which is real feminine. But let's get into this.
I hope I never learn even a tenth of what you know, because it is all garbage. It's all ridiculous. I don't think you made one good point, and I think you just do a lot of yelling because you don't know what else to say.
Man, he's starting off strong. He don't want to know a tenth of what he knows, because he feels like numbers guy is ridiculous.
I hope you enjoy poverty.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
So, I mean, if you're going to idolize that guy, outstanding. Are you a Christian, by the way?
I'm really not idolizing anyone. I'm just saying, you know, based on this podcast, you know, you're extremely low IQ. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're just kind of rambling and raving. Was my mind.
I got about 10 billion views.
Okay.
Good for you. I hope you...
There it goes with the views. The views things is something that is it's funny to me, but everybody tends to bring it up the minute they get in an argument, how much views they got. I guess views equates money and clout, so that's the barometer for how valid your word is.
You catch up someday.
I forgot how.
I've only been doing this for a few years, but congratulations.
The average person is, you know. So I guess there's content for everyone, including, you know,
100%. The average IQ of your follower is literally 80, and the average IQ of my follower right here, these are literally millionaires who are sending me this. Literally? These are people who have accomplished stuff in life. You're never even...
IQ is always a funny, that's a funny metric for how intelligent someone is to me, but let's
gonna get to that level. But this will get you farther than looks, especially as a man.
It's not true.
As a woman, looks will get you further than this.
And I 100% agree with numbers guy. I 100% agree with geometric patterns guy. As a woman, your looks are your top. That's your top thing. That's your very top thing, is your looks. That's what's gonna get you in the door. That's what's gonna get you on these yachts. That's what's gonna get you in places that other people might not be able to get. And as a man, how competent you are, how you carry yourself, and the amount of money you have definitely is the leading factors. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean that looks don't mean anything. And I think Handsome Squidward is gonna be more on the fact of, oh, when you talking to women, if you look handsome, you get a better result. Yes, initially you're gonna get a better result. If you on a dating website and they just looking at straight pictures, yes, women will probably respond to you quicker. But I done been in rooms with myself, and been in rooms with dudes that are quote unquote supposedly, eye candy for the women, and just based off my personality and my presence, I won the females over based on how I got down, as opposed to the dude that may have looked better on paper. He just wasn't as smooth. He was a little bit more uptight. He wasn't as easygoing. He ain't make the bitches feel good. He ain't make them feel comfortable. Ain't make them laugh. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I came in, made the women feel comfortable, make them laugh. You feel what I'm saying? And like, I ain't too serious. It ain't too cool for school, but I ain't goofy either. So it's like, there's a big difference when it comes to women. A woman's impression on how you make her feel means 10 times more than what you look like. But looks will definitely get you in the door. That's for sure.
As a man, this will get you further than looks. Because I got to tell you something, bro. How old are you?
19.
You will get...
And that's why he believes like that. As a 19-year-old man, I can see why. Because majority of women at his high school, they probably going for... Or at his high school, because he probably 2 years out of high school. At his high school, or a year out of high school. At his high school, we're probably going for the dude with the best looks. Like guy on the football team. But... when you grow up, when you're grown up, it changes quickly.
Get older, that shit will fade. So, and once you get to a late 30s, 40s, you're not going to be able to rely on your looks, but you will be able to rely on this right here. So again, I'm not saying anything you're doing is wrong.
And I just noticed this. Excuse my jacket right here. I got my jacket hanging in the window because the sun coming in and it's blasting the screen. So let's go though.
Respect the game, man. Make your money any way in this economy legally. And he's doing it. So much respect. But this is over. Looks.
So I'm just...
Money ain't everything, but money is something. For sure. To be able to move around in this world.
Curious, why do you think looks trumps everything else?
Well, because there's just so many statistics that we can, reference when we're talking about looks over personality. Am I too far away? Okay. Yeah, so, sorry.
See, he's going to say looks over personality. Let me just say this before this handsome Squidward gets to talking. Looks get you in the door. Personality trumps all. That's like I said earlier. Looks will get you in the door with the girl. Looks will get you the girls to respond. Looks, the looker of the group could get the girls to come over. But the one with the most game, the one with the most, that makes the girls feel the man that's the most comfortable in his own skin is going to make the women feel comfortable, make them want to stay. You feel me? You could be a looker and just be a L7. So looks get you in the door, but your personality keeps the bitches there.
Yeah, so we could just take a look at all the dating app statistics, and it really just goes to show that, looks are everything. The top 20% of men
He said everything, and he said dating app statistics. Dating app statistics. Now, it is a well-known fact that especially men, when it comes to dating apps, it's a rough road for a dating app. You gotta look like handsome Squidward. You gotta be one of the top 5% of handsome dudes, and you'll get a lot of women responding through the dating app. And that's why I like this pop the balloon game. Going to the pop the balloon game, it's the same thing. But I think more with the pop the balloon game, not to get too far off topic, a lot of the women on there, they might go for the dude, but they just deny him just because everybody looking at him. So that's a little bit different. But dating apps, for sure, they looking off looks, and then a woman gonna fantasize. But it's totally different in person, because you could blow it.
In terms of looks, not in terms of, status, looks, all these different things combined. Exclusively looks are slaying out all the women, to a high degree. I'm not going to sit here and disagree with you that personality, game, money are incredibly important, and I would be completely in the wrong to not suggest men optimize all these metrics. But what I'm simply stating is that you're entirely wrong about what's the most important metric in terms of getting looks.
I mean, but that's only referenceable when you...
Yeah, the most important metric to get them in the door, that probably is the most important metric to get in the door. Once you still got to be able to talk.
You're talking about getting women, because it sounds like the only statistic that you mean is that they have a greater advantage with women.
No, we could take a look
And that's another thing too.
at, annual income averages being increased when people get taller. So this is all looks related. It's not really...
Is Elon Musk a good looking man?
Average, and like he made a good point there, but average income gets increases as you get taller. I don't agree with that. There might be some study that I haven't read, but I personally don't know that. Like, if anything, the shorter guy is gonna go harder because he has to have more to attract the women. So the shorter guy might go harder. You feel me? Just my experience.
Okay, so that's completely
Bill Gates, is he a good-looking man?
That's extremely low IQ for you to isolate.
No.
Now, how is that a low IQ? We talking about the richest men in the world. Some of the richest men in the world. Now it's low IQ. Let's see his rationale.
It's not low IQ at all. I'm saying the richest people in the world are not that good looking. Now, you can say Donald Trump was back in the day, and I'll go with you. But most people who are on that top of the position, they're not there because they're beauty queens.
Well, for you to give one example when I'm referencing statistics over an entire group, that's like bad sociology. That's bad math, and that's just straight up ignorant. So yeah, absolutely. Can you overcome like these genetic burdens of being an incel? Like we could name another 10 guys, Mark Zuckerberg, whatever. But if we're looking at a society, if we're looking at averages and what's actually happening to a large group of men, it's going to be looks that's going to play the biggest role in terms of success.
For an average person, everything.
I don't agree with that, and he's young, but that's why it's like everybody just don't need to be just on podcasts so quickly or just talking, trying to instruct people so quickly. Like, you gotta learn a little bit, you gotta live a little bit. Like, you gotta live a little bit, bro. Like, I promise you, because you could
being equal, they all have the same amount of money. Yeah, the good-looking guy's gonna get it.
Right.
But that's if everything is equal.
Right.
If this rich guy has something, guess what? That whore is gonna marry the rich guy and fuck the good-looking guy.
Right.
That's how it's gonna work. But it's gonna be the rich guy who dictates the terms. It's always like that.
So there's a lot more nuance at play, and I understand that maybe with you living in Miami, that tends to be more of a focal point with the women being more degenerate. Sure, they're going to be doing that. They're going to be.
I think in today's day and age with the World Wide Web, degeneracy is everywhere. It's not just because of certain states you're in. The World Wide Web has it to where degeneracy is everywhere. It's not like it was 40 years ago.
Not acting really like normal people. There's a lot of demonic, crazed people that live in the city.
Agreed.
So if I had that sample size to reference, I would absolutely, have to agree with you. But, if we're talking about, regular middle-class families and, small towns, they're the
small town still has access to the internet, still has access to Bad Girls Club, still has access to the music, still has access to all the negative things that a big city has sitting in their living room. So that point is null and void right now.
Midwest of this country, we're not seeing you just can't come in with $1 million and start balling on everyone just and be an ugly piece of shit.
Do you think?
You know what I mean? So
let me just ask you one question. Do you think there's more good-looking people in America or more millionaires in America?
More millionaires, obviously. Okay. I mean, well, that doesn't really make sense because what are we going to define?
I'm just asking you, like,
as good-looking. I mean, like for my standards.
And that's the whole thing too. What do you define as good-looking? Good-looking is subjective, but with him, I think he has like a scientific formula for what's considered good-looking. But it's still subjective. It's subjective, man.
Like, we talk about like, 99th percentile good-looking people. Like, are we talking about 90th percent? So
90th. Let's say 90th.
Well, there would be more 90th percentile people. But
so what is more rare?
What is like what? I don't understand the question at all.
Well, like
because you just
what I'm basically trying to say is like there's an abundance of good-looking women. There's not an abundance of millionaires. So whatever is rarer, that actually has more value. Right. Just like if a woman doesn't have a high body count, she has a higher value.
But that's the thing. And women don't care as much about looks as we do as men. And that's what Handsome Squidward doesn't understand. Women don't care as much about looks as we do as men. Now, of course, that means you need to be put together, smell good, be fresh, you feel me? As long as you ain't looking like super crazy, but you average looking dude, but you gamed up, you got charisma, you got you got a good sense of humor, and you got some paper on you, the bitch is going, bro. They gonna go. They gonna go, and they gonna wanna be kept, and if you keep them, they gonna be glad they kept. Straight up, bro. Like, nah, come on, man.
This is just like such a weird argument because it's an objective thing.
Do you think it's a weird argument?
To be a millionaire versus good looking is completely subjective, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
You still gotta,
Yeah, but that's why the whole thing to begin with was subjective. You was saying that the best thing, you're saying, Handsome Squidward is saying that the most top quality a man could have is being good looking. And that's the only thing that's subjective. Being a millionaire is not subjective. You're either a millionaire or you're not. That's a number. That's a numeric value. We could all gauge that. But you being handsome or not, or you being good looking or not, it's all subjective. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Now, of course, we all have a certain barometer of what looks good and what doesn't look good. You feel me? But it's a lot of gray area when it comes to that. But I'm gonna end that there. I think they're just going in circles with it. If you want to check out the full clip, go to the 305 podcast, and you can see the full clip in its entirety, and do more of a breakdown. But yeah, like looks always matter. Looks always matter. But to women, looks matter a lot less than the security, than the how you make them feel, than that aspect means way more than looks do. But if you got the whole package, then of course you got way more options and way better options. But that don't mean that a dude that's a 6 looking overall, but he got charisma, he got game, he got he funny, and he got a bag. That man, you know how many dimes he gonna get? He gonna get dimes. He gonna get dimes. You feel what I'm saying? He gonna get bad bitches. But if a man has the looks, the height, charisma, and the pape with it too, of course he's gonna get more women. If he has all of those things, he's gonna get more women. But what I'm saying is, as a man, you don't have if you don't have the best looks in the world, as long as you do the best you can with the looks you have, and then you make as much paper as possible, and majority of the time you ain't got all the good looks, that personality got worked on. You feel me? So you got that good personality, that make the women feel good, make them feel comfortable, make them laugh. Man, bro, this is all, it's all a layup. But you feel me? I don't know what I bring for tomorrow. All I know is what I bring to tomorrow, for tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? It's Mr. JCTV. It's God's reality, man. And it's another one. Peace.